All right, it's been done at this point, but we both decided kind of on a whim to paint our wiper arms. Bows were just kind of old and chipped, but mine were a very nice blue that you'll see in a second. We'll start the video with that. I'm going home in a second here, and then hopefully the next time I pick up the camera, we've got some other cool stuff going on. Ladies and gentlemen, we got them. All painted up. It's been like, man, I think I recorded the first clip Sunday. Was it Sunday? Saturday or Sunday. And it's now the end of the day, Tuesday. Nothing has been done at all this week. But I'll take a second and throw these in, and then, to be quite honest, for lack of anything to really do right now, I guess I'll do a quick breakdown on parts and prices of everything else this car needs to hypothetically run. Granted, cylinder 1 isn't a total basket case in this engine, which is a very real possibility. So yeah, we'll get the wipers back on real quick. I'm on the couch and wearing, I guess my shirt's different and a different hat, same sweatshirt, same underwear. But I'm editing right now. Parts came in the other day, and then I put them in today, and that's what the next couple minutes is going to be. And then after that, I'll do a quick breakdown. It's not quick. The majority of the video is going to be the breaking down the rest of the stuff I have to get for this car. So if that's not something you want to watch, it's probably like the next 5 minutes, and then I'm just going to be sitting right here talking. So if you don't watch that, thank you for watching up to that point. I appreciate it. I kind of already went through all this, but it was like it took me like 10 minutes because I just rambled a bunch. I got some more parts in. Everything's already been opened because I already did this, but we'll show you what the parts are and then we'll put them in the car. Starting it off with a miss input, clutch line. This is the it's I don't know. I got it off in Juku. I don't remember what brand it is. Next up, I was disappointed by this. Well, it's a Rock Auto package. Let's get the magnet. Wow, I mean, wow. They just deliver. They always deliver. Reverse switch. The plug, the pigtail on it looks right, but the detent itself does not look right to me. That's also just totally going off of memory, though. And then the two other packages, which were in the bigger long boxes of 8-ounce forming hammer, and then a 24-ounce sandbag for metal forming. Those aren't related to this, but I have them now. A fine addition to my collection. Let's do some stuff. Oh, on the clutch line, Bo has one in a box. I told him I was going to take it, and then I bought that one, and I was like, oh, now we have a spare. We don't have a spare anymore. It'll be fine. But I know that the clutch line that's in the box will work. It's long enough to. It's the one I meant to buy. Something in my eye. Not my finger. Kid named Finger. I can't help it. Yeah, I'll take care of this stuff, and then we'll put this stuff that doesn't go in the trash in the car. Also, the O2 sensor is shipping separately from the reverse switch there. No idea when that's going to be here, but that's one of the last things I'm waiting on. It's what I have here today to do, or tonight. Today. It's still today. It's not tonight. I think nighttime starts at like 9. Even like it's dark out, but it's 1:45. I've been standing here talking to my phone for 15 minutes. That's pretty cool. But no, so it's not nighttime yet. It's evening still. This evening here. Good evening. Like if I was a vampire, I'd be pumped right now if you invited me inside. Real vampire fans get that? Yeah. We'll stop talking. O2 sensor's coming. And then after this stuff and the O2 sensor gets put in, I need to do a battery and run my cables. And then we'll do a will it start video. And I'll do a super crazy clickbait thumbnail with Mr. Beast. So get ready. We're mic'd up again because I don't feel like holding a screwdriver while I do this stuff right here. I mean, I could. I'm doing this all one-handed. Not to flex, but... So here we go. This is the correct clutch. Well, is it? Because this even looks short. This looks like it's the same length. So maybe I'm just a fool. That doesn't look long enough, though. Let me compare and contrast. Maybe I'm wrong. It looked way too short to me. Because to be quite honest, I bought... in my head, it made sense to buy the auto to manual swap line, because if you're buying like the swap, you're probably not going to worry about the damper. What did it send me for fittings though? Banjo bolt, obviously, and then this thread adapter. Then obviously the banjo bolt goes here, and then that goes there. But then is this the right pitch? Well, this is the pitch for the slave cylinder. So is this? Oh, man. I always do this to myself. I always speak way too soon, and then I look like an idiot. And I look like such an idiot. All right, we are still going to have a spare clutch line. I'm sorry to mislead everybody like that. We'll put this back in the box. What's this? The dash cover, but it doesn't look like it's for an S13. I don't know. Okay, I guess we'll just start by kind of swinging this into a bunch of stuff, you know, like a hamster and a sock. Just start banging walls like crazy. I don't know, man. This looks. Maybe I'm nuts. How? I mean, so that goes in there like that. That makes sense. Then it goes up and over. I guess so. Yeah, yeah. We'll make it happen. Yeah. Once again, just making myself look like an idiot. I'm getting pretty good at that. I mean, I was doing it before, but at least I wasn't putting it on YouTube before. You know what I mean? Let's grab. I don't know where my. I know where my light is. It's right there on the fender. I guess we'll go under the car and connect stuff. Hey there. This would be a lot nicer if it was higher up, but this is what we're working with, and it is my own doing. All right, no, okay, this is the right one. In my head, I forgot the banjo bolt up there. The slave cylinder was further back, which doesn't. I don't know why I thought that because the slave's obviously going to be right by the clutch. The back of the block is like probably 3 inches from the firewall. But in my head, this clutch line had to go like another foot back past the firewall. Who's this guy? This little rubber guy. He was a safety precaution in the slave cylinder. Also, I'll wait until this is done and then I'll flip around. Now, let me go get that banjo bolt and those crush washers. Oh, this is pretty nice. I love this Bluetooth microphone. Like, it's not great at all. I honestly just got it at Walmart, but I can just be like a disembodied voice. And maybe right now you can see my feet, my nice white shoes. Banjo bolt, crush washer. 2 crush washers, actually. And of course, instead of getting the wrench or socket I need to do this all in one go, I'm just gonna get it hand tight, and then I'll have to get back under here. Oh no, that's so stupid, because then I'll be guessing the size. Yeah, hold on. Ugh. I'm gonna guess by looking at it that it's a 14. Oh my god. I'm so good. Ugh. The 14, I was right. First time's the charm, as they say. No, like pretty much everything on this car. I've got no idea what the torque spec is, and there's so much information on these cars online. I mean, rest in peace, Zilvia. Also, I was wrong. That is the right reverse detent. Maybe I didn't. What did I break then? I know I broke something. Reverse detent looks fine. And it's plugged in. What did I break? I know I'm going nuts. It had like a little aluminum housing. Was it whatever's right here? I'm losing my mind. I've got no idea what I broke. I'm so confused as to what I broke now. It had a little aluminum housing. I broke it when I pulled the transmission out. It wasn't the reverse detent. All right, we'll do this. The slave cylinder, that's that right there. It's those 2 bolts, and then it sits on that right there. That little lever. And that's that. And there's my hose. I'm really confused as to what I thought I broke. Well, I know I broke something. I actually think I still have part of it, unless I threw it away the other day. But I'm pretty sure. I have no idea what it was. I don't even know where it was. I think it maybe was that right there next to the sensor. Well, it's good that I'm down here because I'm realizing that I need to put some kind of clamp on the tie rod boot because that's not supposed to do that. This whole car needs a good once over. This thing does look so sick underneath with like all the new parts on it and just like the worst body imaginable. All right, yeah, so I was wrong. I've got a reverse switch now, so maybe the one that's in there is going to be junk, but I'm basically just an idiot. Well, I guess that's basically it. That's basically all I had to do today, and one of those things I didn't even end up having to do. I'm an idiot. I'm gonna try and find that piece because this is making me feel like I'm insane. All right, I don't have it. I can't find it. I know that I'd been hanging on to it for a while, but then I was just like in my head, I was like, oh, that's got to be the reverse switch. It's obviously not the reverse switch. The reverse switch is in the car and totally fine. Can't look like an idiot on the internet. Yeah, I guess that's really it. Um, no joke, this is take number 6 to just read a list. But I can't, I have such a hard time not rambling. All of these things will be their own, not necessarily their own videos, but they will be in upcoming videos. So I'm going to try to not get too into things here. Earlier, I said that the car just needs a battery and cables to run. That's not true. Although that is 2/3 of what it needs. The last third, it's at the bottom of my list, so I might end up reading it again. I'm going to end up buying the excessive manufacturing idler pulley bracket. It goes in place of, I'm pretty sure, the power steering pump, if I remember correctly. $162 for that. And you can go with a single cam alternator bracket, and that sets your alternator forward far enough to run one belt, but it ends up causing some other issues that you have to remedy, which there are absolutely things I can do, but this, aside from the simplicity of one belt, it is simpler in my eyes to get this bracket and run 2 belts. That's an arguable point. That's there. You could definitely contest that claim, but that's the way I'm going to go with it. And then back to the top of my list, like I said, battery and cables. I have kind of a rough total for both of those things, $200. A battery hold down, about $40. Power steering stuff, I've probably said this before, and I'll say it again, but I'm going to run a Volvo electric power steering pump, and that will be a pretty in-depth video. I've done that before. I have one in my Ranger right now, and I'm actually going to be pulling the pump out of my Ranger because that truck is dead to me, and I'm cheap. So I'll be pulling the pump out of that. And then my total for all my pressure lines and fittings is $256.40. And that's everything for that is going to be coming either from Summit or Chase Bays. And when I do that video, I'll do a whole parts list with parts numbers and links and everything. And then I am missing some stuff, to be clear. I'm missing some stuff off this seat bracket. I'm going to get a PLM low base seat bracket because I'm a big American boy and this is a tiny Japanese car. That's $150 for the driver's side. I think the passenger side is a little bit cheaper, but $150. And then with that, I didn't write down a price for it because I just thought of it. I will need harnesses because I got rid of the stock seat belts. I guess I'll kind of guess that at another $150. It's probably fair, maybe 200. I just wrote down interior stuff, very vague. Immediately, I want carpet, center console, radio bezel. I think the shifter bezel is a separate piece from the center console as well. And then HVAC controls. So if you're holding on to any of that stuff, hit me up on Instagram. It's the same. It's linked in this video and then also in the channel description. So yeah, if you're holding on to any of that stuff or really any S13 stuff in general, hit me up. I might be interested in it. I will pay shipping. Or if you're in New England, maybe I'll meet up. But no, really, if you do have any S13 parts, let me know. Wiper blades. Didn't really need to put that on the list, but they made it. $30. Coolant reservoir. Bo has one. Moroso. I couldn't think of the brand until just now. He has a Moroso one. I have no idea what the reviews on Moroso coolant overflows are, but that's what I'm going to run because he wants to get a different one and I need one in general. So when he gets a new one, I'll grab that from him. A catch can. I've never heard of the brand and their reviews are all over the place, but Bull Boost is the brand that I looked at least. It might not be what I go with, but the reason I chose it and wrote it down is it comes with 6AN fittings already on it and a bracket already on it as well. So one less bracket I have to make. But I don't know if I can. I don't know. I really just want something, kind of like middle of the road, gonna work, but not gonna be crazy expensive. Like I just need it to pass tech and work. So whatever I can find in a reasonable price that can do those things, I'll go with it. I need the bolts for the front knuckles. It's the last bit of hardware that I know I need. They're the bolts at the bottom of the strut. There's 2 pinch bolts. Obviously, the strut the bracket coming off the strut pinches the knuckle. I need those. I kind of guessed that at $30. You can buy used ones online for $30, but I'll probably just spend some time. Any hardware for this car. This is the this is the first Asian car I've had. Everything else has been German or domestic. Um, but it is so hard to find the correct hardware for these. It is so tough to find 1 1/4 thread pitch. It's just nobody carries it. I mean, obviously online, but like nobody around me carries it. Which those are M12 by 1 1/4 by 60 flange bolts, and then flange nuts, obviously. O2 sensor that was $15, and I was hoping it would have been here by tonight, but it's not. The reverse switch that, as we found out, I didn't need. That was $17. So yeah, I've got it at we're at about $1,300 with some stuff prices not being listed. We're a ballpark of $1,300 to get this thing like ready to go, and that is also provided that the engine isn't junk, because that could also be the case. If you watched up until this point, I really do appreciate it very much. Please, interact with the channel somehow by, like, comment, or subscribe. But I mean, really, please do. I've had a ton of fun making these videos, and I intend. I've said this in pretty much every video, but I do intend to keep doing at least a weekly video on